Happy Halloween, Skills Enablement team. This is Shannon. I am coming at you with your October update, just barely at the last day of October, but I'm making it. Hope you all, those who are celebrating Halloween, had a fantastic Halloween. It is absolutely gorgeous here in Chicago, which is kind of rare. So I'm sitting on my front porch handing out candy because my kids are too cool for school for me anymore. So I'm really enjoying seeing all the costumes and people enjoying the day. Hope you all enjoyed it if you celebrate where you are. In addition to that, obviously October is a busy month. We had lots of things to acknowledge. One, Mental Health Awareness Day. Those of you who have not actually had a chance to take your bonus day, please do. I'm taking mine this next week. October was that busy for me. It's time to take a little bit of an extra day to rest and recover. Hopefully you enjoyed your global day off. Super important that we continue to keep mental health top of mind for everyone. I know I really enjoyed the mental health conference. Hopefully those who were able to attend got something out of it also. In addition to that, it was National Coming Out Day. I saw the most wonderful video that I'm going to attach here just to remind just the overall inclusivity we want to make sure we have here at Google. In addition to that, obviously it's Halloween today. So send me your pictures, send me your photos. Let's use this. I'd love to see your kids, you dressed up, and hopefully you enjoyed your day overall. In addition to that, I've seen a ton of exploring around what does collaboration look like in this hybrid workforce. So a lot of us are starting to come in the office. I know it changes around the world, but we're just starting to get our feet underneath us on that. I would love to hear how it's going. What are you learning? What's worked? What has not worked? So just an open invitation as we continue to start to understand what does this hybrid workforce look like? How are we going to create the culture here in Mastery and in GTM overall to make sure we continue to thrive and really feel like we all have a voice in this new world. So 3 things that are top of mind for me as we close out October, which was, again, crazy busy. One is CAP and BPP, which are kind of starting to finalize. Overall, I would just say we're going to see a great investment from the business in so many different areas. And I think it aligns really well with where Mastery wants to go, which is we're going to continue to, of course, build and create world-class content for our learners. But more importantly, we want to start to think about how do we deliver that at scale differently, in addition to just how do we actually deliver in this hybrid work environment. So although CAP didn't actually come out with dedicated headcount to the hybrid workforce, I see the business actually investing a ton in delivery across the board. We're going to see it through some of the BPP requests for GCS, most likely. In addition to that, manager capability, we have an opportunity to potentially expand, which is going to P-Staff for alignment in mid-November. So I don't know if I'm really honest, I'm super bullish. I see the regions actually investing in sales excellence, even more come our APAC team, even potentially more in the Americas. Those are all really great signals that the business understands that we potentially need to deliver our training differently for the future. And they're willing to invest, both from a money standpoint in addition to a headcount standpoint. So I remain super bullish. I think we're going to start to learn a little bit more over the next couple of weeks. But all the buying signals are there, quite frankly. And all the conversations I sat through, which I sat through every single conversation around every single region, A, our brand is really strong, and B, the trust is really high in this brand. So I will say I will continue to see the investment from the business based off our strategy for next year. So more as we start to finalize that overall. Obviously, Perf is just starting to wrap up. So if you haven't had a chance to have a meaningful conversation with your manager, please make sure to do. The number one big thing that it's important is that you're really clear what your expectations are for you as you walk into Q4 of this year. So I know a lot of conversations are wrapping up. You'll hear more announcements on promotions and whatnot over the next coming weeks. But number one thing is, are you clear on your expectations for yourself walking into the next cycle overall? In addition to, did you get some meaningful feedback? And do you feel ready to kind of lean into those things? Last is I would just say, as we walk into Q4 OKRs, they're pretty much final. So I'll send those with you as a link to here to check out our Q4 QBRs. I want to highlight a couple things. One is we still have quite a bit of the DEI training to finish out. So you're going to see some blocks silently added to your calendars to just ensure that we actually follow through on some of our DEI commitment and training through the end of the year. So use that silent block that we're going to schedule for SET to finish out any remaining DEI training that we have for the end of this year. I'll put a link also in my email to make sure you know where you're at and what you finished and what more is to come. Number 2 is we're going to be pretty focused in the next, crazy enough, we have 5 weeks, pretty much 5 working weeks left of kind of finalizing our strategy, both for Mastery and for SET overall. In addition to have an understand of what are our key pillars as we walk into 2022 for Mastery and for SET in particular. So you're going to see kind of a finalized strategy with clear pillars that we're going to be walking towards in 2022. And next all hands, which I'm going to do a quick shout, is going to be the week of November 10th. You should see it on your calendars. We're going to walk through what progress have we actually made as it relates to practice. We have 3 different teams on our team that have been marching towards it, from building practice sessions to innovating on certain tools as it relates to practice, to our sales excellence team that's going to be what I'd say a soft launch starting in November, actually kicking off next week. So lots of great different areas that we want to kind of bring together to show what progress we're making on our strategy overhaul and how is it actually shaping what we're doing for 2022. Last but not least, I don't know about you, but I am floored that we only have 5 weeks left of this year. And if I'm honest, I'm feeling it. It's been a crazy busy fall. September and October has been crazy. So it's going to be really important for us to also dedicate the time for some rest and recovery ourselves. I'm taking my bonus day. I think I might have mentioned that actually this Friday. I just need an extra day to myself. I encourage you guys to do the same. And then I am definitely planning the week of Thanksgiving and some time over the holidays to spend time with my family and just recharge. It's going to be another, of course, marathon starting into the new year. So want to make sure you all feel that you are empowered to do the exact same as it comes to the close of the year. So anyways, that's it. A ton going on in October. We accomplished a ton in Q3. I will list our progress on our OKRs here in this email. Please dedicate the time to kind of finish out the training that we want to do in Q4, in addition to getting really clear on expectations for yourself. And more importantly, get really focused on what is the strategy and what are our focus action plans for Q4 and Q1 so we can kind of hit the ground running in 2022. Anyways, happy Halloween. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the spooky Wasslick House. This is our graveyard. This is Wilbur, for anyone who has a spider. And then I have this crazy guy here. Don't know his name, but happy Halloween.